What's up, boxing fans? This is Aztec 101 in the ring. And real quick, I want to talk about Erislandy Lara versus Saul Canelo Alvarez. This is a fight that can possibly happen next year in 2014. Canelo Alvarez has 3 dates open for that year. Erislandy Lara could possibly fit in as one of those opponents for those dates. And I'm really excited. I'm hoping it happens next year. I like my fighters to fight, and I want them to fight top competition, and I think Erislandy Lara is top competition. Um, Even though a lot of people in social media have been feeling that Erislandy Lara can beat Saul Canelo Alvarez easily, I happen to disagree. I feel that this is an even fight. For those of you who feel that, or who thought that Erislandy Lara versus Austin Trout was going to be an even fight, I don't see how you can't recognize that Lara versus Canelo will be an even fight. Um, it could be biased opinion, maybe that's why. There are a lot of people that don't like Canelo, but it is what it is. When you're a star and you start coming up, you do get haters, and it happens. But in my opinion, Saul Canelo Alvarez is not the underdog in that fight. Lara would be. Uh, And I'm not 100% convinced that Lara can win this fight easily. I saw Lara versus Molina, and Lara was outboxed for 6 of those rounds at least. Um, then you have Lara versus Angulo. Angulo isn't the best or the most technical fighter at all. He's just a come forward pressure fighter. And Erislandy Lara is a counterpuncher. Anybody else you would have favored Erislandy Lara to win that fight easily because of the style. And in the end, Lara was actually in trouble in that fight twice. He was knocked down. Knocked down for the first time in his career in that fight by Angulo. Like I said, not a very technical fighter. Even though he has had, this past fight against Trout, it has been an impressive win. He was able to knock down Trout in the 11th round with a devastating left hand. Um, that's not enough for me to think that Lara is the next big thing. He's a great fighter, like I said, but I think Canelo will be his true test. I don't think that the test was Trout. Canelo is his true test. So we'll see how he does against Canelo. Um, if he beats Canelo, then yes, he earns a spot best at 154, just behind Floyd Mayweather. So, what do you guys think? Who would you favor to win? In my opinion, I do not think this is a close fight. I favor Canelo to win. I think that even though that Canelo just came off a loss, if you look at the stats, Canelo has not been has not put himself in situations like Lara has. Even though a few of you can say, well, Lara has faced much more dangerous opponents and bigger opponents, that's fine. But I have not seen, the only time I've seen Canelo outboxed was against Floyd Mayweather. But on the other hand, Lara, I saw him outbox against Carlos Molina. So that should say something. And a lot of, YouTube boxing community has a short-term memory problems. They just, for some reason, they don't remember too far back, or they choose not to remember. There's a lot of people jumping on the Lara bandwagon. I don't know if it's because they're just hoping that Lara can get a fight with Saul Canelo Alvarez, and hopefully he beats him, so we don't have to hear about Canelo. I don't know what it is, but there are a lot of people that feel that Canelo is hyped up, and being hyped is part of being a superstar. In my opinion, right now, the same process that was hyping up Canelo is hyping up Trout. I mean, not Trout, Lara. Which is good. It's a good thing. I'm not mad at Lara. I think Lara should get hyped. I think he needs to continue talking shit. He needs to continue calling out Canelo. As long as he keeps saying Canelo is scared and all that, I think he's going to get the fight for sure. So he's got to just keep jabbing at Canelo, and hopefully he gets that fight. His shit talking is going to help him with the media and getting press time, and actually people, even though there's a language barrier, people really like to hear, even if it's translated, even if it's coming from a translator, they like to hear shit talking. And this is a man's sport. This is where people get really rugged, and this is pretty much it drives on this shit talking. There's a lot to Lara's game, but his fighting style isn't exciting enough to carry his name. Um, for example, Manny Pacquiao, he can keep his mouth shut, show up in the ring and fight, and he's exciting. And he's one of the most exciting fighters in the sport. Lara, on the other hand, he needs to talk. He needs to talk shit because he's not really the most exciting fighter. I mean, when I saw the fight against Lara against Trout, I saw the fight at home. I was entertained, but my girlfriend fell asleep. And this is where the difference is. I mean, I love boxing, so I found I was able to appreciate Lara, and I was personally entertained. But the reason why I say it's boring is because I had to look around me and the people around me, and they weren't watching the fight. And there has to be an explanation for that. And if the fight was interesting, I don't think that I would have people falling asleep in the middle of the fight. So Lara needs to talk shit so he can get his name, and I think that's great. It'll make the fight between Canelo bigger. Like I said, I'm not 100% convinced that Lara is the next big thing, but definitely the fight against Canelo would secure that spot. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't see this as a easy fight for either fighter. I think they're going to be each other's best opponent to date at 154. Well, not best, because Canelo has already faced Mayweather, but Lara will definitely be the most dangerous opponent that Canelo has ever faced. Definitely. And I think the same thing can go for Lara and Canelo. I mean, as dangerous as Angulo was, he's not as technical as Saul Canelo Alvarez. Saul Canelo Alvarez is a young fighter. And I'm telling you guys right now, I feel sorry for the poor soul that has to step in front of Canelo in this next fight. Because Canelo's coming back, and he's coming back to win big. So that's all I got to say. This is Aztec 101 in the ring. What do you guys think? Do you guys think Saul Canelo Alvarez versus Lara is going to be a competitive fight? Who do you favor to win? Let me know. Leave a comment. Subscribe. Like. This is Aztec 101 in the ring, and I'm out.